The sun hung low in the sky, casting a golden glow over the Thames River as Jacob prepared his gear on the weathered wooden dock beneath Tower Bridge. The gentle lapping of the water created a soothing rhythm, a melodic soundtrack to his solitude. He situated his tackle box, a familiar companion, each item within it a relic of years spent in quiet contemplation. The distant chatter of tourists danced above him, completely unaware of the little world he had carved out beneath the grand arches of history. For Jacob, casting his line was a ritual, each throw a tribute to the river that had cradled him through life's ebb and flow. As the first fingers of twilight began to stretch across the horizon, he took a moment to breathe in the mingling scents of salt water and damp earth, feeling the weight of both his solitude and the stories that waited just below the surface. As Jacob settled into his favorite spot beneath Tower Bridge, the warmth of the afternoon sun seemed to dissolve the weight of solitude. He cast his line into the gently flowing waters, each movement recalling cherished memories of fishing trips with his late father. The two of them had spent countless hours here, sharing laughter and tales, surrounded by the serenity of the river's embrace. The echoes of those moments wrapped around him like a comforting cloak. He could almost hear his father's voice, guiding him patiently through the art of angling, instilling a deep reverence for nature and its rhythms. Jacob closed his eyes, allowing the soft rustling of leaves and the distant hum of the city to blend into the background. Within this solitude, he felt an emotional connection to the river, as if it too carried the weight of memory. Each ripple whispered stories long forgotten, intertwining the past and present in a delicate dance of reflection. As Jacob sat in the tranquil embrace of the Thames, the murmur of the water stirred his memories like leaves caught in a gentle breeze. He closed his eyes, and the faces of old fishermen swam before him, their spirits woven into the fabric of the river. Each cast echoed their stories, the laughter and heartaches of countless souls who had once cradled fishing lines with dreams of tomorrow. He could almost hear their whispers, telling tales of triumphant catches and lost hopes, each voice fading and intertwining like ripples on the water's surface. The river had been a silent guardian, cradling their secrets as it flowed through time, and Jacob felt a profound connection to these spectral figures. They were not just memories, they were a part of him, reinforcing his bond to this sacred place. This realization deepened his respect for the river, a reminder that he too was a keeper of stories, destined to join their chorus. With a practiced motion, Jacob casts his line into the water, the soft plop echoing against the stillness. The rhythm of the reel, winding and unwinding, fills the air, harmonizing with the gentle lapping of the Thames against the dock. Each cast feels like a conversation with the river, a dialogue steeped in patience and hope. He watches the line sink into the depths, where shadows dance beneath the surface, and imagines the stories of all the fish that have slipped through his fingers. Seagulls cry overhead, a reminder of the busy world above, while the sounds of tourists and traffic filter through the arches of Tower Bridge, distant and muted. Here, beneath the stone giants, Jacob finds solace, a cocoon of calm amidst the commotion. In these moments, the swirling currents of the river echo not only with water, but with the lives of those who have come before him, their whispers guiding his bait. As evening approaches, an unexpected stillness blankets the river, the gentle lapping of water transforming into an ominous hush. Jacob feels a shift in the atmosphere, as if the very air hums with anticipation. He glances up at Tower Bridge, its monumental arches casting long shadows across the water, and for a moment he senses that the city above has quieted, sensing the tide of change below. The sun dips lower, painting the sky in deepening hues of orange and purple, while a cool breeze begins to stir the surface of the Thames. Jacob tightens his grip on the fishing rod, his instincts heightened, aware that this evening holds something beyond the usual rhythm of his solitude. The comforting sounds of nature fade, replaced by a tension that tugs at the corners of his mind. With each heartbeat, he feels the connection to the river intensify, revealing whispers of the extraordinary waiting in the depths below. As the evening sky deepened, its colors melting into deeper blues and purples, Jacob felt an unsettling shift in the air. The gentle lapping of the Thames against the dock transformed into a heavier cadence, resonating with an unspoken tension that sent a shiver down his spine. A breeze, almost whispering secrets, swirled around him, lifting the edges of his tackle box and ruffling his weathered cap. He cast his line again, focusing intently, but the atmosphere hummed with anticipation, as if the river itself held its breath. Then, with a sudden and jarring tug, his rod bent sharply, snapping him from his reverie. The sensation was fierce, unlike any fish he'd encountered in his long years of fishing. Heart racing, Jacob gripped the handle tighter, muscles straining against the pull beneath the surface. The splashes grew louder, echoing through the twilight, carrying the weight of something extraordinary. Jacob felt a sudden heaviness in his line, and with fingertips tingling, he began to reel in. As the mysterious weight emerged from the water, his eyes widened in disbelief. Bursting forth from the depths was an ornate box, encrusted with seaweed and barnacles, its weathered surface glistening with droplets like jewels. The craftsmanship was exquisite, hinting at stories untold. He gently eased it onto the dock, his heart racing from the unexpected thrill. The box sat there, almost pulsating with secrets, and he marveled at how this relic had found him amidst the timeless flow of the Thames. Where had it come from? Who had entrusted it to the watery depths? As twilight wrapped around him, shrouding the bridge in soft shadows, curiosity ignited a spark within Jacob. He couldn't wait to see what treasures awaited him inside, each promising to connect him further to the stories of the river. Jacob steadied his breath as he lifted the ornate box, feeling the weight of time thick in the air. With a gentle nudge, he pried open the rusted clasp, revealing a treasure trove of memories nestled inside. The musty scent of aged paper wafted up, mingling with the fresh salt of the river. Carefully, he unwrapped the first letter, its yellowed pages trembling in his hands as if alive with the energy of its author. The faint ink, faded yet legible, beckoned him closer. As he read the words aloud, the stories spilled from the letter like whispers carried by the wind. Each stroke of the pen drew him deeper into moments of laughter, longing, and sorrow, a love lost to the currents of time. Jacob felt as if the river itself listened, a silent witness to these lives that had crossed its waters, intertwining past and present, a poignant reminder of all that had come before him. As Jacob delicately unfolded the first letter from the box, a faint whiff of aged paper and longing filled the air. He cleared his throat and began to read aloud, the words capturing the essence of a love that once blossomed beneath the same arches he sat below. The letter told the tale of Beatrice and Thomas, two lovers separated by circumstance, yet bound by an unwavering hope. Their letters exchanged during a war echoed the sentiments of yearning and promises made under starlit skies. Each paragraph painted vivid scenes of stolen moments and dreams shared, with meticulous descriptions of the riverside walks and laughter that danced on the Thames' gentle waves. Jacob could almost hear Beatrice's laughter as the letter narrated her heartfelt wish for Thomas's safe return. Time seemed to freeze, the present moment woven intricately with their past, as he felt a profound connection to the lovers whose echoes still lingered in the hearts of the living. Jacob delicately unfolded the second letter, its edges frayed and yellowed by time. The handwriting, elegant yet shaky, spoke of dreams deferred and choices made too late. As he read the words aloud, a story of forgotten promises emerged. A young couple, separated by circumstance, each vowing to meet again beneath the stars by the riverbank, their laughter mingling with the water's flow. The letter described how life intervened, pulling them in opposite directions, their paths forever altered. With every poignant line, Jacob felt the weight of their sorrow as vividly as the tug of his fishing line. The memory of their love hung like a mist in the air, intertwining with his own recollections of lost moments. Outside, the gentle lapping of the Thames seemed to echo their unfulfilled dreams, each ripple carrying the quiet ache of yearning and hope. Jacob closed his eyes for a moment, feeling the past resonate deeply within him. As twilight deepened, a magical hush enveloped the space beneath Tower Bridge. The first flickers of light from the street lamps cast a warm glow, dancing upon the surface of the Thames like fireflies marking the arrival of night. Jacob sat surrounded by the contents of the mysterious box, the fragile letters and trinkets now glowing with stories yearning to be told. Each item seemed to shimmer in the evening light, as if the echoes of their pasts were awakening, whispering secrets reserved for the heart of the river. In that moment, Jacob felt an undeniable connection to the spirits that had once breathed life into the fabric of history swirling around him. The air thrummed with enchantment, beckoning him to become a steward of these tales. He imagined gatherings where stories would flow as freely as the water, uniting past and present, woven together by the timeless currents of the Thames. As the last remnants of sunlight faded, Jacob sat beneath the towering arches of Tower Bridge, the ornate box resting gently on his lap. The discoveries within it ignited a spark in his heart, a vision of something greater than his solitary existence as a fisherman. He imagined evenings by the river where the air buzzed with life and stories, a gathering of souls drawn together by their shared histories. Each letter he had read whispered of love and loss, weaving a connection between him and the unknown writers of the past. Jacob envisioned himself as a storyteller, inviting others to share their tales and memories, creating a vibrant tapestry of narratives that celebrated the river's spirit. Through this newfound purpose, he could honor the voices of both the living and the departed, fostering a community bound not only by the waters of the Thames, but by the stories that flowed within them. The idea brought warmth to his heart as twilight enveloped him. As night draped its velvet cloak over the Thames, Jacob found himself lost in a vivid daydream, contemplating the future beyond his solitary existence. The letters lay scattered before him, each whispering a message of connection. He envisioned gatherings by the river, where fellow souls could come together to share their own stories, tales woven from love and loss, joy and regret. In his mind's eye, a circle of listeners formed, their faces illuminated by the soft glow of lanterns, laughter mingling with the river's gentle song. Jacob imagined inviting local artists and musicians, allowing the air to hum with creative energy as they celebrated the richness of their shared experiences. The river, always alive with secrets, could become a sanctuary not just for fishing, but for the heart, a place where stories could flow freely, binding strangers with their laughter, sorrows, and triumphs. He felt a swelling hope. The river's spirit would thrive through each voice that came to honor it.